little.
Yoga.
Smile. No, you're not good. So Wednesday morning, and my stepdaughter talked me into this. So I thought this was a good way for me to get some fasted cardio in. Walking. That's all you need is to walk. I guess while I'm walking, I can talk about fasted cardio. The first question is, what is fasted cardio? Fasted cardio is when you're doing any form of cardiovascular exercise, whether it's walking, jump roping, jogging, or high intensity interval training, which is HIIT, and you do it in a fasted state, meaning no food, energy into your body. You're doing it without any food in your system. That includes shakes, because when you take a protein shake, whether it's whey isolate or casein or whatever you choose, it's considered taking in energy. So in a fasted state, you're doing it without any food in your system so that your body can tap into your fat stores for energy. Now there's two kinds of cardio that you can do. There's LISS, which is low intensity steady state cardio. And as I mentioned previously before, there's HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. LISS means that you can do what I'm doing right now, which is walking at a really nice pace. You can do a light jog if you need to have a little bit more, sweat coming out, or, ride your bike, whatever you want to do that's at a steady pace. And I suggest that you do that no more than 60 minutes. So between 30 to 60 minutes for LISS. For high intensity interval training, which is a little tricky because it expends a lot more energy, so you have to be careful. High intensity interval training is not for everybody in a fasted state. Some people get sick if they don't have something on their stomach and wait a little bit before they start a high intensity interval training. But no matter if you're doing it fasted or if you're doing it fed, no more than 20 minutes. Or 25, no more than 20 minutes. If you can do a high intensity exercise in intervals for longer than 20 minutes, you're not doing it right. That's what high intensity is, meaning that you are at a very intense state for a short period of time, and at a low intensity or complete rest for a short period of time. So that's what HIIT is. I do it because I'm in prep for a competition. So I'm trying to lose those last few bit of pounds and drop my body fat percentage down and keep me at maintenance, but also make myself look a little bit leaner. So that's the purpose of fasted cardio. I do low intensity, steady state at least 2 to 3 times a day. No, 2 to 3 times a week. And then I do high intensity about 2 to 3 as well. I usually do them on totally separate days if I'm not weight training, or I'll do it for my cardio after weight training. So it all depends. Everybody's schedule is just different. No, you do not have to do fasted cardio first thing in the morning. You want to do fasted cardio right before you decide to eat your first meal. That is the goal. So don't think you have to get up like 5 and 4 o'clock in the morning just to get your fasted cardio in. As long as you're doing it before you decide to have your first meal, you're good. Let's talk about fat burners. When should you use a fat burner? I've used fat burners even in the beginning of my journey. There are 4 different kinds that I have used. I think the best time to really use a fat burner is when you know you have your diet down pack. You need to be in a caloric deficit in order for you to lose weight. It's as simple as that, but not as simple, because everybody's body is different. Because you got to decide how much protein, carbohydrates, and fats you need to eat. However, you still need to be in caloric deficit, which means you don't really need a fat burner to lose weight. You really need to have an on-point diet. However, having a fat burner will definitely speed the process up, only if you are in a caloric deficit and eating the right foods. So if you're not willing to get rid of the junk in your diet, the processed foods, the carbs that, turn into sugar very quickly, if you're not willing to do those things for 30 days straight, don't take a fat burner. You're wasting your money. How long should you take a fat burner? It's been recommended that 30 days is enough, and then give yourself a rest, maybe for about 2 weeks to 30 days, and then if you feel you need to take it again to complete your goals, go for it. But 30 days straight is the best, because it's a stimulant. No matter how much they tell you that fat burners are non-stimulant, if it has caffeine in it, it's a stimulant. So if you don't want to spend the money for a fat burner, you can definitely just choose black coffee, no sugar or cream. The best time to take a fat burner, which they usually tell you this on all fat burner supplements, first thing in the morning, or first time when you wake up. Everybody wakes up at a different time. I actually wake up a little bit later. I usually wake up around 10 o'clock. I really get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to make sure the kids get to school, and then I go back to sleep, and then I wake up somewhere around 10 o'clock. So as soon as I wake up and I know I'm up for the rest of the day, that's when I take my fat burner on an empty stomach. If your tolerance is okay with it, then you take it again another 3 to 6 hours after. Me, I only take one, mainly because I don't like feeling that wired the full day, and then I can't sleep in the evening. So if that happens to be for you, and that happens to you, you might want to take some melatonin. But I don't want you guys to think that you should be relying on these things, so take it at your own risk. But for me, I only take one when I wake up in the morning. Here are some pros to using the right fat burners. I know for me, I've used 4, like I've mentioned before. There are 4 different kinds that I've used. I started off with Nina Detox. Then I did the Shred Her, which is usually you see it more so on Instagram Then I did the NLA for her, which I found on bodybuilding.com, which I really liked. And now I'm taking this new one called the Exterminator by something labs, something like that. But it took me a while to find the right fat burner that works for me. But the pros to it is it's a great appetite suppressant, so that helps you to stay in a caloric deficit, especially if what you're eating, you're making sure you're on point with your macros, if that's what you're following, or just staying according to your caloric intake, making sure it's at a slight deficit. But it's great for appetite suppressant. Energy, focus, and just definitely mood. Some fat burners have you on edge. If you feel that way from a fat burner, I wouldn't take it. You want a fat burner that's going to give you really good appetite suppressant, that's really going to give you the energy that you need to pull through your workouts or fasted cardio or through your day, that's going to give you the focus, and that's going to have you in a good mood. So those are the pros to having the right fat burners. The cons is finding the right one that doesn't have you wired or makes you feel agitated, irritated, aggressive, and angry. I tried one that was called Lean Extreme. That one was just not a good fat burner for me. Yes, it gave me the energy that I needed. However, it affected my mood. And for some apparent reason, it didn't make me feel like it was suppressing my appetite. It made me feel hungry all the time. So you definitely want to make sure that the fat burner you use doesn't make you feel that way, because it's counteractive or counterproductive to your goals. So yeah, those are the cons, is just finding the right fat burners. It takes some trying out. I can't really tell you what are the best ones for everybody, because you have to try them out for yourself. But I love that Fat Exterminator because I love the energy that I get. I definitely love the focus that it gives me. And I also love the mood that it puts me in. And those are the things you want in order to get through your fitness goals. So as you can see, I'm slightly winded here, and I think I've been walking for almost an hour. So I'm going to finish my walk here. I'm going to end the vlog or the video here. Thumbs it up if you found all of this information to be helpful for you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll answer them, whether directly to you or in the next video. Make sure you're following me on all social media. I try to post as often as I can, especially on Instagram, through Instagram Live and Instagram Stories, and just posting. I try to do it as often as I can, but I'm a very busy person. Also, make sure you check out my website. I have programs there for fitness, for training, definitely for diet. And the next one I'm going to be working on is the ketogenic diet, and creating a menu plan and a meal plan for that. So definitely check out my website if you think there's any information there that you would love to use to help you to reach your fitness goals. Definitely check it out. But other than that, I'm going to finish my walk, and I'll see you guys in the next video.